All right, so far all we've used are bitmapped images. And bitmapped images are made up of thousands of pixels that make up our image. What we want to do is we want to prep this image to make it easier to trace in Illustrator, and we're going to use vectored art, which is lined art, and we'll go over that once we get into our Illustrator. But for right now, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get rid of some of this detail and make this image ready to trace. Okay, so what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go up to Filter, and I'm going to convert for Smart Filters. And then I'm going to tell this OK. Now what this Smart Filter is going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to add a lot of different filters and play with this image to get it. There's a lot of fun things that we can do with it, but I'm only going to show you guys Photocopy for now. Okay, but you guys are more than welcome once you get this done to play with all the other filters and to get used to Photoshop and all the different things that it can do for you. So now I'm going to go back up to Filter. I'm going to go to Sketch, and I'm going to go to Photocopy. Now I'm going to go over here to the sliders, and I'm going to adjust these sliders so I can get rid of some of this detail in the face and around his hat and some of the details in here and around in this area. So I'm going to get rid of some of the darkness. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit, and then I'm going to look for the detail. I don't want that little detail. I want a lot more detail to thicken this up. And once I get it right where I want, I can adjust the details and the darkness a little bit more. And then once I get it exactly where I want it, just tell it OK, and then you're all done. If you, for some reason, don't like it, what you can do is you can double click on this little eye right here, this Photocopy eye, and you can turn this off or on to see what it looks like to adjust it. Or I can double click Photocopy, and I can go back and edit the details of this Photocopy filter. I like where it's at right now. What you could also do to prep it a little bit more is you could come back in and erase all the details that you don't want in Photoshop, but it's really not going to make a difference once you get into Illustrator because it's whatever you want to trace, you can trace. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to do that. And once you're all done, you're going to save it to your iDrive as a PNG, and then you're all set. But remember, if you want to come back and edit it, you have to save it as a PSD or a Photoshop file. But once you're all done, you're all set, it's ready to go into Illustrator, save it as a PNG, and you'll be all set. See you soon.